So today we're going to talk about how to email bookers, like a cold call email, basically. And we'll start with bookers out of town who are in places that you're visiting, not bookers that you're trying to get in at the club, because this one's a little bit more simple. So the first thing you want to do is get a reference. It is just much easier to get in front of a booker's eyes and be remembered if you are referred to them by a person they already know, rather than just being one of 50 or 100 names they don't recognize in their inbox. I'm going to go through an email on screen with you guys right now. I'm going to link to this template in Google Docs so that you can reference it if you want to. And ask your reference for 2 key pieces of information. What is the booker's booking schedule so that you don't ask too early or too late? And what kind of monster are you dealing with, so you know whether to be straight to the point, do a little ass kissing, or some other little fun trick to give yourself an advantage. All right, let's look at this email. The first thing is the subject line. Put pertinent information in the subject line, because if your subject is, "Hey Amy," you could be a comic, you could be a Nigerian prince, you could be someone who found my email on LinkedIn and doesn't understand what the director of operations does, so they're trying to sell me a beer cooler. And then think of the email as a cover letter applying for a job. Get straight to the point. You're applying for a job to do spots on a certain date and you've been referred by someone. You can add a short personal touch here about a fond memory you have at the club. Maybe you did meet them at somebody else's birthday or another show, or you've performed here before. And the main body are your qualifications. Start with the ones that speak to your experience and ability before you then speak to any kind of draw that you might have. In my experience, people who lead with how many TikTok followers they have generally are doing so because that is much stronger than their actual set. Close with a link to your clip, something very polite, and make sure you include your phone number so that they can reach out with you, whatever is their preferred method. And then here is an example of the template in action, and I will put a link to the Google Doc below so you can read it at your leisure.